Yeah, I did actually.
Worst
Back
thing.
at my grandma's house in Arkansas.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep.
They live in like really like damp, like humid, wooded areas.
Yep. I gotta
Let me ask you this:
I
did
got
they
a
go
tick
to?
on my ball sack.
I knew. Okay, so that's what I was about to ask you. I was gonna ask you. I was like, do they always go to your?
Okay, so anyway, I'm Chris, and you guys know that. And today, I've got my friend, super old friend, Brandon Brown.
I'm
and-
super old, or we've
Well,
known each other for
okay,
a long time.
The,
Old.
the friendship goes way back. It's
When you were 7.
been good so far. But anyway, so I met Brandon when I think we were like 6 or 7 or something, and my grandma was over at my house, and she saw like a little kid playing next door, and she was like, "You need to go outside and play with the kid next door," because I was one of those video game kids, and
Same.
so like she went over there and she talked to his grandpa, and
Yep.
because it was his grandpa's house.
Yep.
And and they were like, oh yeah, these kids need to get out of the house, and and so
They were just tired of us.
yeah, so we had to go outside, and then we became friends, and
Yeah.
he stole my Charizard Pokemon card, and then but the friendship continued.
Hey, we were really into Pokemon at that
Yeah.
time. I
Yeah.
did. I don't recall that.
Okay, so it was either you or it was that kid with diabetes.
The one that lived like the next street over, like perpendicular to
I
your.
don't know, man. Okay, so your parents invited me over to your house to play video games and stay the night. So we played Tony Hawk, and I brought all my Pokemon cards. And your friend with diabetes was over there too, and we
I
were.
love how that's how you remember him.
I do, because
Your friend with
it was like
diabetes.
my first experience, my first encounter with like a kid or anyone really who had
Diabetes,
diabetes. And so I was like, whoa, he has to stab himself like all the
Yeah.
time. Like, that's crazy.
Yep.
And but anyway, one of you guys stole my Charizard Pokemon card.
I
that
mean,
night.
shit, it could have been me. That was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Well,
And if it was, I'm sorry. I'm sure I could find it.
I can't even say that like I would still have it. So actually,
Said it was Charizard.
it was a Charizard. I had a Holo Charizard and a Holo Dragonite, and I can't remember which one it was anymore because it was so long ago. But I was like severely damaged.
I remember we both had. Didn't we both have those like
Yeah,
binders?
yeah, we had the
of just like
binders.
laminated like card slots.
Yeah, it was awesome. I still have one of those for my old baseball cards. Too.
I legit still think I have my old Pokemon one in my parents' attic.
Oh,
What if those like end up being like worth like?
some of
hundreds
them are,
thousands of
dude.
dollars?
Some of them are like
Like we were talking
I
about
saw-
baseball cards earlier.
I saw I read this article. I don't really like watch all this Jake Paul crap, but I saw this article. It was like Jake Paul was in WE or WWE or whatever, and he did a fight, and so like I read the article, and it said that he like went into the ring he fought in the match wearing like a $5 million Pokemon card on him.
Oh, like on his chain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
That-
He's really big into, like I was telling you about, like baseball trading cards and stuff, and yeah, I think like Pokemon cards. He's really big into that like vein of like gambling and stuff. I guess if it's
It's
yeah, I
all
guess
gambling. It's all
yeah.
it's like the crypto stuff, the NFT stuff.
Yeah.
It's all gambling.
He's
I bet-
got a fight coming up with Anderson Silva. I saw.
Yeah, he's gonna get his butt kicked.
So do you know about it? Is it a boxing match like he's been doing, or is it an actual UFC match? Because I know there's talks about him being interested in fighting Conor McGregor and stuff, but it's like, is he eventually going to flex over
I think
to
it's
UFC,
gonna
or
be.
is
I
it-
think it's just gonna be boxing.
I think it is too. And I actually
because like regardless of, I think Anderson Silva will win regardless. But I think if it was MMA,
can you imagine the upset
Jake
though,
Paul
if he
would just
doesn't?
like completely get destroyed, dude.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
he can't. I feel like he can't really fight.
Yeah, he's got the hands for sure. And it's weird that I'm saying that because I used to be such a huge trash talker of
Does he
him.
really have the hands?
From what
I've
I've
never seen his fighting.
but I would like to see him, and like a lot of other people are gonna say, would like to see him fight more like prime, like in their prime opponents, like
yeah,
Ryan,
yeah.
the
Like
Ryan Garcia's.
how old is Anderson Silva? He's like in his mid 40s, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say late 30s, but yeah, probably early 40s or something like that.
This is you know what? Like, I don't need a Joe Rogan assistant. I could just get like a Google Home or something. Like,
Right.
Just ask it. Like, hey, how old is Anderson Silva?
Right.
But I don't have one right here. I almost bought one at the store today, dude.
Really? At Walmart?
Yeah, I almost bought one at Walmart. But then I was like, nah, I don't need
That's
it.
what you were saying. You're like, I can just literally just like walk around here and just buy stuff. Like,
Yeah, because, well, it's just fun. Walmart sucks, but like stores that have electronics sections are just so,
luring to you.
yeah, they're alluring. I just love
You
the
just made,
shiny
like, a weird
gadgets.
primal sound. Like you just made it go. Yeah, that you made that exact sound. Are you okay? Did it move?
Electronics. Yes.
I think it moved, ladies and gentlemen.
So anyway, Brandon is, what do you do for, you drive, you deliver things or something? I don't know.
No,
man.
I
What do you
used
do
to.
for a living? I
used
forgot.
to. I work in like logistics operations for used to be a company called Enjoy, but we got bought out. So I'm not gonna really talk about my corporate life because it's monotonous. But
well, what do you want to do? Is really
what do I want to do? That's
Yeah.
actually a really good question, Chris.
because I mean, if you've got a job and it pays the
I don't
bills,
know.
but you
Like,
don't love it.
my dad and I have had conversations about this, and I kind of agree. Like, I feel like I would be really good at training people about like certain like systems within like businesses and stuff. Like whether it be like point of sale or like whether it be like internal warehouse management systems, receiving and shipping systems and stuff. Because I feel like I have that like personality and presentation to where I can, reach like a broad audience and make it relatable.
You're good at like taking a complex concept and then like putting it into layman's terms so that anyone can get it.
Yeah, make it understandable.
That's a pretty
relevant,
good
relatable.
skill to have, dude. You could get a job as like an IT trainer in a school
Yeah,
district.
I just applied, and I'm not gonna name any companies or anything just for protection and stuff. But yeah, I just applied for an IT help desk position. And unfortunately, I didn't even get past the first interview. Just had one interview, but didn't make it. So
It's all good. Yeah,
Continue trying.
there are so many jobs, you'll get
Yeah.
one for sure.
because I really took home with me after that last time that we hung out and had barbecue. What you were saying, you were like, a lot of places right now, even if you feel like you're underqualified, you still need to go ahead and apply for the position.
Dude, I'm never qualified for a job that I go for, like
Yeah.
ever. I mean, that's how you make growth in your career.
Yep.
You're not going to make a big jump up in your position if you're applying for jobs that you've already done.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's enough job talk.
I would say though, still speaking about like professional and stuff, it would be nice to stay in like a certain area, but have like growth opportunities. And unfortunately, I feel like at my previous job, that just wasn't a thing that was really present. There's a lot of like growth opportunities.
You basically hit a ceiling on
hit a
growth.
dead end.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, dead end jobs suck.
Yeah.
So we're both wearing no shoes right now, and you have socks on,
I-
but mine
oh,
match
man,
and yours
yeah,
don't.
I'm
So I'm kind of
wearing-
wondering, like, I didn't actually notice this until just now because I guess I don't.
It's
look
actually
at
funny you bring that
feet.
up. My mom gives me so much shit for not wearing matching socks. And
Well,
I actually do it at a point
I'm
now.
I'm not
where-
I'm not a
find it
hater.
funny.
Like, it's fine, but I was actually gonna ask if you do it on purpose or like if you just don't fold your. Do people fold their socks? That would be a good question to ask anyone who watches this.
Do you fold? Well, I think it's also a question of what sock you're dealing with.
And when you fold socks, how do you fold them? Because I fold them.
Okay, so I've done 3 things in my life. There's 3 techniques of sock folding and etiquette that I've come across in my life. One, just the straight sit down sock. You just have your sock and you just press down on it, get all the creases out. You just lay it down on like a little drawer.
That's not folding.
That's not folding, right? Okay. I'm just talking organizational methods, okay? So that's one. Second one was the roll in, the tuck in. You get both of them and you roll and tuck them in on itself.
That's what my mom taught me.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's actually really good for spatial organization. And then the other one is you just take it like, and we're talking if you have a long sock, right? I'm not talking like the little mid ankle socks, right? I'm talking the long high socks. The other one is you just take it, press it, and then you just fold it in half.
The thing that you got to remember when you're doing the tuck method is that one of the socks has to be inside out. Because when you tuck it and you do like the flip motion like that, you're turning one of them inside out. And so if it's already inside out, then they both end up right side out.
That is true.
But then it gets really complicated when you want to undo it because you end up reversing it again. So it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe nobody should fold their socks. Maybe everyone should just have all the same socks.
Well,
and that brings up this whole other thing. It's
then
like,
you're getting into this like,
what is growing up? What is being an adult? Is it having a full set of dishes? Is it having all matching socks? Is it not having any boxers that don't fit you anymore?
You're still wearing your boxers from when you're like 16, 17.
I'm not kidding you. I legitimately have like some undergarments from that period of my life. Laura still wears a sweater that I used to wear when I was 14.
It's like a garment version of like when you used to mark with the pencil on like the wall, like of you growing up.
We started that over
you
there.
Just have your underwear.
We started marking the wall over there. So
very good. You starting early. I like that.
So I don't know, man. Maybe we're all just.
I don't know. I think it's dependent also on just like the storage space you have.
Maybe once you reach that point though, like, you're done. Why would you want to reach that point? Because you're way too organized in your life at that point. And then
I think all that matters at the end of the day is just making it organized. Or just
all it matters is like
doing your laundry.
Are you comfortable and do your feet stink?
True. Yeah. Got to make sure your hygiene's always like, up to par, up to snuff. Do you wash your hair every day or no?
I have to.
Are you talking like with product?
No, with shampoo, dude. I don't know. Is
shampoo with shampoo
product?
every day?
That is a product.
Yes, it is. You're not really supposed to. It's supposed to be like every day.
Yeah, I know, dude, but like...
Why do you feel like you have to every day?
Because literally 24 hours after one shampoo, my hair already has grease in it. And Laura didn't believe me that I'm just extremely greasy in the head. And so she was like, no, let me shampoo your hair, and then we'll wait, and I'll show you.
She's dug.
24 hours later, my hair already had grease in it, dude.
Yep.
And so she was like, oh, okay, well, you just need to, like, not shampoo for, like, 2 weeks or something crazy. It was like, people like, okay, so people like her see these TikTok trends, and it's like the most ridiculous stuff, and they say like it's gospel, and then like people like Laura are like, oh, okay, that is the way to go. And so like she was like, all right, you just gotta like not shampoo for 10 or 14 days or something, and then your hair is gonna naturally somehow stop being greasy. So I was like, that's bull, but okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we'll see how long I can make it. On day 4, she was like, okay, you need a shampoo.
Yeah. That's the thing is I was taught it's not healthy for you to use product every single day because it's just not natural, but rather every other day do shampoo and then conditioner. But I mean, I still think you need to wash your hair every single day, but instead of just just use cold water. I don't know. And just like if you have to take
literally
just take a power shower.
Don't use soap, just use water.
Just cold water.
That didn't work for me when I was trying it.
Really?
Yeah.
But it might be a thing if you have to do it like early in the morning and then like later on in the afternoon. You might have to take 2 showers. I don't know.
I could see that. I was
But that's also, I guess, if you're really.
Have you heard of all those celebrities that like don't shower?
No.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher.
Sure that's a thing.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila, whatever, Kunis,
Yeah.
said that they don't shower and same with Matthew McConaughey.
I mean, shit.
I don't actually believe
They're
them.
two
I think
beautiful
I
people,
think
so I
it's
guess
like
it's working.
I think it's a ploy to make their followers stinkier, or something. I don't know. I think they're trolling a little bit. But like Matthew McConaughey was like, yeah, I shower like once every 3 weeks, and okay, that might be an exaggeration. Don't come after me, but. It was a lot. It was like a stupidly long amount of time. He was like, I shower like very infrequently, and he said that people on set said he naturally has the body odor of like oats and vanilla. I'm like, bullshit, dude. Like that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a
Like
product.
nobody
That's
naturally
product
has
you're
that.
smelling.
He's probably like spritzing himself with
Yeah,
$10,000
with the
cologne or
sponsorships.
something.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's at the University of Texas at Austin as a professor now. So
And is he well educated? I always wondered
I mean, he
that.
seems like a very well educated guy.
I mean, like in the
He's
formal
teaching like
scholarly
media
sense.
and stuff. And,
Yeah,
like,
but I in the formal like scholarly sense, is he educated? Because I feel like
I feel
that-
like for the course that he's teaching, yeah, he's pretty up to par.
what did you say he was teaching?
It's like media and like acting.
That does make sense,
Yeah.
given his
Yeah,
background.
it's like it's field. Yeah. And he loves Austin a lot. And I'm super happy that freaking Texas Longhorns lost to Alabama today by 1 point. Y'all thought you had that game, didn't you? If there's any Longhorns watching this video, I'm a Sooners fan.
One of the things that Brandon and I are way different on is
Sports.
sports. Yeah, he likes sports, which is
Yep.
like I like UFC, but I don't really watch it because it seems like
Same.
a lot of effort, like a lot of time spent.
like keeping up with like all the fighters.
Yeah,
and
it's just
stuff,
it's just
like their
it's just
pros
too
and
much.
cons.
And
yeah.
that's like pretty much the only sport that I'm even remotely into.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's your favorite MMA fighter?
Currently, I have no freaking clue.
No freaking clue.
I have no clue. I don't know what the current lineup is in UFC.
Gotcha. I'd say mine is probably.
I keep seeing articles.
Mine's probably either Sugar Sean.
Who's that?
Uh,
See, I don't know.
yeah, Sugar Sean. God, what is his last name? Jesus. I forget, but nah, he's amazing. He's like a featherweight or a bantamweight. He's like really skinny. He's like 150 pounds, 160 pounds. He's got like is his name Sugar Sean Minden? Bro, this is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, no, it's not. Okay,
Do you have your phone? You can just Google it.
And it's in your
All right.
charging. Okay, don't worry.
Hey, next time we do this podcast, we will have Google right here. And
If anyone watches
questions-
UFC, you know who Sugar Sean is, and I'm sorry that I forgot his last name right now. Or Israel Adesanya.
So do you prefer watching the light dudes fight as opposed to the big heavy
just like the
dudes?
strikers and stuff for sure.
But
Which they can also get into like grappling and stuff. But who I'm talking about,
is there
Sugar
more
Sean is a striker.
is there more like blood in the heavyweight fights or in the like more lightweight fights?
I feel like there's more blood in like the like middleweight fights to lighter weight fights, whereas in like heavyweight fights, if you get fucking punched,
They just
doesn't-
knock you
It takes
out.
one punch and you're
Yeah.
fucking on
That
the
makes sense.
floor.
That does make
Like,
sense.
Yeah. Whereas
Like-
like smaller guys, like you're gonna get like sharp, like fucking little razor
Right.
blade
Yeah, I'd
fists.
imagine that it's way more fun to watch a middleweight fight than a heavyweight fight.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah.
heavyweight fights are still entertaining because of the power
because of that,
the
like,
punch.
whoa, that's over in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's just boom, just like a bunch of big dudes going at it.
You ever been in a fight?
There was only one. It was like in freshman year of high school, but it was just a small little scrap. So nothing crazy.
Did it stick in your mind why you were fighting?
Yeah, because it was a kid in my neighborhood that I had like just a angst towards for a long period of time, and I felt like it was because we were really similar in a lot of ways. And
Was it that Chaz dude?
yes,
I remember. I remember
That's
that guy.
crazy, bro. Yeah,
I just remember being like, he seems like a little bit of a tool.
you remember that?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's, part of it was just his name.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think it came a lot from his dad. His dad seemed like a major tool bag and stuff and was like very kind of stern and condescending. So I don't know. I guess apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But I felt for him because, especially later on in life, and not at the time because it hadn't happened yet. And it's really sad how life works sometimes. But his brother passed away in a motorcycle accident because they were really big into riding motocross. And so they were big into riding dirt bikes all the time and stuff. And yeah, his brother was like 13 when he passed away, I believe. And he went over a jump, and like whenever he went over the jump, he fell off of his bike, and another kid like landed on him.
Oh, man.
And you know the like the foot peg that comes out for like standing the bike up, like that part came out and it like pierced through his heart.
Oh,
and like killed him like instantly.
Jesus,
I think.
man. I mean, I guess it's, if you're gonna get in an accident like that, it's probably better to die instantly than to spend a week in the hospital and get a life support.
It tore his family up, and yeah, I just felt for
bet,
him
dude.
so bad.
Oh, man.
afterwards. And he has a baby girl, or not a baby girl anymore, but
He has a daughter.
yeah, he's a daughter. I think she's like 4 or 5 now. But I'm happy for him, and you can tell that.
Have you talked to him at all?
No.
Just got him on like social media or whatever.
No, I don't even have Facebook anymore. But I don't know. Like there was one day I was actually really tempted to, and maybe the universe works in mysterious ways. We can, chop it up again one day. But I don't know. I had animosity towards him, but I was thinking about it. I was like, we were very similar. We loved being outdoors and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure he loved to fish.
Well,
I loved to
it's just
fish.
like an awkward time being a teenager.
Yeah,
it's like
for sure. Especially the high school we went to with
so
like 800,
easy
900 people.
It's so easy to convince yourself that you should completely remove something from your life when you're in high school, but nothing is permanent,
Yeah.
So if you tell yourself that you're done with something, it's only temporary. It'll either you will go away or that thing will come back
to you for sure.
Just,
For sure.
That's the way it goes. I mean, I bet if you reached out to him, he'd be like pretty stoked to reconnect.
Yeah. Never know. It's hard to say until like it happens, but
Or maybe he's just like a total country bumpkin now. Or maybe you'd hang out with him.
It's complete opposite.
He could be like the nicest dude ever, but just like real redneck or something. Or like,
What if he was like, "Hey, I saw you talking about me on that podcast."
Yeah.
He was like, "Fuck you." Then be like, oh, "It's okay. I guess it's good to know that Chris is making it now on YouTube."
Yeah, man. My last video had like 30 views.
Let's go.
Soon I'll be.
I want 69 views on this video. Please. If you're the 69th viewer, tell all of your friends not to watch.
I don't know if I've had that many views on any of my videos so far.
Hey.
I don't know if YouTube counts me watching my own video as a view.
I don't think so.
I hope not, because I probably watched that thing like 10 times.
The real numbers actually just
20% of the views are just me watching my own video.
Yeah. You only have 5 actual views.
What's that worth? Okay, so if 1 million views is like a couple $1,000, then I could probably buy a paper plate.
Yeah.
Or something.
Shit, I don't know. For when we were looking at Walmart for the price of them,
I bought 300 paper plates today.
Crazy.
And like they were like the cheap. They were like the off-brand ones.
$15.
$15.
What the fuck is
sounds like a
happening?
lot to me, dude. Like
It does.
it actually hurt me. I was trying to convince my wife that we should buy real plates because we could literally buy we could go to Dollar Tree and get 10 real plates.
Do you have your phone on you right now?
No, I
wish
can
we
grab
could
it.
Do some math. Yeah, let's do some math on
Okay.
this shit real quick. I want to
This
break this
is
down.
stupid.
Because what do you think the average cost of one singular paper plate is? 5 cents?
I don't know. I also don't know where my phone is, so maybe I.
Okay, well, don't worry about it.
Well, anyway.
But anyways, I don't know. I still feel like that's way too
So,
much.
okay, so if it was 5 cents, then you would get 20 plates to $1. And 15 times 20 would be 300. So whoa, right on the money, bro. 5 cents a plate.
Okay. So
Okay, so we just paid 5 cents a plate, and I don't know. Maybe 50 YouTube views is not 5 cents.
I don't know. I personally feel like that type of purchase was, okay, we're going out with friends to a picnic. We're bringing a shit ton of hot dogs. Like, everyone's
Yeah,
chipping in,
but
right?
just to have at home, why
Yeah.
would you have 300
It's
paper
just
plates? At home?
you-
Like, you're literally just creating waste. At
Yeah,
that
you,
point.
Laura, and Scarlett. Just
Well, I mean, seriously, you can go to Dollar Tree and get the like Misfit plates that they have there for $1 each. They're glass. I don't know why they're only $1, but they're glass.
But
and
hey, this brings up a deeper topic. Do you think Chris could be doing the dishes a little bit more?
oh yeah, that was really the argument. I was like, dude, why don't we just buy 10 plates
She was
from
like,
Dollar
well-
Tree, and then we'll have 10 more.
Didn't she
glass
say
plates.
she was like, well, we already have enough. It's just you don't do the dishes frequently
That's
enough.
correct. Yeah, that was the whole discussion there, and ultimately we landed on.
I think she might be onto something though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean,
don't
even
do
if you
the
just
dishes.
so do you have a methodology for the way you do dishes? The strategy?
I rinse it, and if the dishwasher is dirty, I put it in the dishwasher.
Go.
And if the dishwasher is not dirty, I rinse it and just leave it in the sink.
Gotcha.
And my wife is really nice. So.
I think my mom is actually onto something, and I might start doing this more. She was always a big advocate of like, even if you had a dishwasher, just hand doing them. Just like you have two parts of the sink, right? Well, actually, in your
I don't
case,
like doing
it's
that.
different.
It seems gross to me.
Seems gross to you.
Yeah, your mom does that? That just seems gross to me.
Why does it seem gross to you?
Because you're not giving them that like deep steam clean. You're just washing them with hot water, and it's not the same.
Okay.
The steam kills any bacteria. I think it should anyway. It seems like it would. Seems pretty hot.
Does it kill coronavirus?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I'd be making up an answer if I tried to answer that.
Me either, partner. We're in the same boat. But yeah, I see both.
Did you get COVID ever?
I did, and it was after I was vaccinated. I had both vaccinations. Yeah. It sucked too.
Yeah?
And I was like, holy shit, if I feel this bad with 2 vaccines, god damn, what is it like to have it without the vaccines?
See, I had it, but
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
did you
know.
have bad symptoms or no? Was it chill?
Nah, dude, I was just working from home.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to take any days off. I worked for a school district at the time, so they told me that I could take 10 days off.
Am I also holding the mic close enough to him? Is it like down here?
It doesn't
Is this-
matter. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I can adjust the gain and
Okay. Cool.
editing. Yeah, they let me take 10 days off. I didn't need them though, so I just like played
Dang.
video games and occasionally like helped someone out if they hit me up and said they had a problem.
Gotcha. What? Who? Oh, yeah. You're vaccinated, right? You and Laura both, or?
Yeah, we're both double vax.
Did you get the Pfizer or Moderna or J&J?
I got Pfizer. Yeah, I
You
got.
sound very hesitant about.
I don't
that.
remember.
Gotcha.
I don't
Me too.
remember. We literally thought that we lost our vaccination cards, and so for like 6 months we would go to like concerts and stuff, and they would ask for our vax cards, and all I had was like the picture that I took on my phone.
They still accepted it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's true.
it's Texas.
That is true. It's Texas.
Like, they
Ooh.
almost
I was about
don't
to say
even-
something, but we're not gonna go down.
They
that.
almost don't. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is anything with Chris Smith. Not.
Okay. Do you think it's weird that you can? Huh. Okay. Do you think it's weird that you have to wait until you're 21 to buy an alcoholic beverage, but in the state of Texas you can get an AR-15 after you turn 18?
Yes.
Do you not think that's wacky as fuck? I think that's very weird.
Well, I think that all the laws are kind of annoying. I think that they don't.
But I
think
still think it's guns don't kill people.
I
It's
think that
people kill.
I think
people.
education is really the issue here.
Yeah.
It's that
lack thereof.
we've got this gun culture in Texas, but we don't have a gun education culture in
Not at all.
Texas. We got all these like weird dudes walking around with a gun in a holster on their hip in the grocery store in Texas.
Yeah.
And I have no idea if they've been trained or not. I don't know
Yeah.
if they even know how dangerous it is. I don't know if safety's on.
True.
To me, they're just walking around with a target on their back. Like some crazy
Yeah.
dude could just walk up and grab the gun out of their holster and take off. or shoot them, or
It'd
whatever.
be easy to say that I wish we just lived in a society where men would be men and just like went back to actually fighting with their fists, but we obviously don't live in that.
That's
state
super dangerous,
anymore.
dude. I'd almost rather be in a gunfight than a fist fight.
Why?
I've got this fear of like, I said almost. I didn't say I would rather. So almost. It's debatable. But I've got this fear of like just getting hit and just barely the wrong way and falling and like hitting my head on a
trauma?
corner.
Yeah.
And just like being paralyzed or dying a week later or just like whatever. I heard about this chick.
Same thing can fucking happen with a gunshot.
I heard about this chick, and I say like, well, okay, yeah, but you're actually these days they're able to fix more of those types of things from a gunshot
Yeah.
than from like head trauma. That it's like they're like okay, so like let me tell you the story about this chick, and this is like a first-hand.
You were there when this happened.
I wasn't there when it happened, but the girl that was telling the story was good friends with the girl who is now dead.
Oh, wow.
And she like showed me pictures of the girl and like all this stuff, and it was obviously like pretty traumatizing for her. But
Yeah.
basically, this chick, and I'm not dropping names because this is
Yeah,
kind
for
of
sure.
this is a crazy story, but this chick was in kind of an abusive partnership, right? And she got in a fight with her boyfriend, and he hit her, and she fell and hit her head. And I saw the picture of her face after she fell and hit her head, and it was like really messed up. And when she got to the hospital, she told him like, "Yeah, I fell out of my bed."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What? No, come on, man. You're in
Yeah.
an abusive." Well, anyway, so 1 week later, she has a seizure and dies.
Wow. So it probably created like a brain bleed.
Yeah, it's just like there are all these like things that can occur, and they start progressing and
Yeah.
piling up, and like it's like a cascading effect that can happen, and it's like a doctor's not gonna see that, and if you get shot, they're
That's true.
they're gonna monitor you
Yeah.
for a while, and B, a lot of the
Yeah.
damage is gonna be pretty obvious.
You have a very good point, for sure. Really, kids, what we're getting at is you should not resort to violence. Resort to using your words. But
Yes. Yeah, I'd
we
agree.
both actually have a history of head trauma. Because I had those seizures.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Tell
say
me
that.
about those. I actually I barely got any
And that's also
information.
really sad to hear about that girl that you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty messed up. I've been thinking about it for days, but
Did that happen
Tell me.
recently?
yeah,
Oh shit, dude.
yeah, like less than a week ago.
Damn. That's just so.
Tell me about your seizures, dude.
Oh yeah, I don't have any anymore, thank God. But yeah, I knew we were gonna bring this up.
You brought it up.
Well, yeah, actually, it was just a crazy time in my life, and thank God we're past it. But yeah, it was just I had 8 seizures within like a year, and they were all grand mal seizures, which are like the worst kind of seizures that you can have. I think there's like 7 different kinds of seizures that you can have.
Where were you when you had them?
First one, I was at my old apartment in Grapevine.
Were you alone?
No, thank God. Brad, a guy I used to work at Apple with, him and I were living together when I had my first one. So he called 911 and made sure I was taken care of and stuff. He's a really good guy. Really, really good guy. But yeah, no, it's. I think it just all stemmed from a lot of stress that had accrued at the time. It was when ex-girlfriend and I had just recently broken up. I went from working at Apple to my previous job. And it was just like a big transitional phase in my life, and there was a lot of stress. Brad had just moved in about a month prior to it happening, so that was all fresh and new and stuff. But it was just came home one day from work, and I was just checking emails, and I had like a pretty bad headache, and Brad could tell I was just kind of like off, and went to the bedroom, and I was just like checking emails on my phone, and he said like 5 minutes after I went to the room, he heard like this loud thud, and he like knocked on the door and stuff, and I wasn't responding, and he just like opened the door and came in, and I was laid back on the floor, like turned back in my chair, going in like full seizure, like seizing out. And he said that I was bleeding from both eardrums, and it was just like running down my cheek and stuff. And he was like, I don't know what to do. So he called 911, and thankfully we were. Huh?
You said you were bleeding?
Yeah, bleeding out of both my eardrums.
Jesus,
like, there's
man.
blood coming out. Yeah. And then they rushed me to Baylor Scott and White in Grapevine, and I didn't wake up until my parents showed up to the hospital, and they live an hour and 35 minutes from that hospital. So like from the time I had the seizure, got to think about from the time of the call, then the ambulance getting there, getting me back to the hospital. It was probably like 2 hours total of me being incapacitated for. And I just like come to, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where am I? My parents are right there. They just walked in. And I like had a seizure. What the hell? And
They ever get to the bottom of why you were having
yeah, I
seizures?
had a MR. I've had 2 MRIs now, and an EEG done, which I'm sure you had the EEG done, right? Yeah. So
ECG?
EEG. It's where they attach the electrical leads to your head, the brain and stuff, and monitor.
I've actually never had that one done.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's kind of uncomfortable.
I mean, it looks cool.
It looks cool, but the first one I had, I think, was like a 24-hour one, so I had to sleep with it on, with the cap on, and that was kind of uncomfortable, but you get through it. But yeah, I had 2 MRIs in the EEG, and they said it stemmed from previous head trauma, because on like the top right part of my brain, they saw a white like little pin dot. And my neurologist was saying and kind of asking, did you ever have like an incident where you hit your head really hard, like, at younger
Skating?
in life? And that's what I had thought initially, because I skated like Tony Hawk every freaking day, man. No, I never. I like had like wrist issues, and there's Laura making a cameo. And had like a lot of like wrist and ankle issues from skating and stuff, but never like really any severe like head injuries. But it was, you remember? Okay, so remember my grandpa that you used to live next to?
Yeah.
Before he lived there. Do you remember my grandma before she passed away?
Yeah.
Okay, so they used to live down by Lake Whitney and had like a property down there, and it was, I don't remember how old I was. I think like 10 years old, roughly around that age. I was playing tag with this kid, and I was running backwards like full speed, and I turned around to go faster, and as soon as I turned around, there was a telephone pole like right there, and I ran headfirst into it, and I blacked out for sure. And I'm pretty sure I had a concussion, because I felt like really nauseous the entire way back and stuff. I had a migraine headache, and I threw up as soon as we got back to their place, because typically when you have a concussion, you throw up. But yeah, I think it just rattled my brain so hard in my skull. I think that's what happened. Because
You think that's probably what
yeah,
the source of all of this? See, that goes back to the whole cascading impacts thing. It's like that thing that happened when you were a little kid. It's like over the years, more and more things happen inside your body, and then the way you developed, and then like it culminated in seizures when you were in your mid-20s. It's crazy, dude.
yeah. And it's also weird
And
how
stress triggered it.
Yeah. It's just also weird how seizures is just like essentially your brain like restarting. If you think of like an analogy, like your brain is like a computer, it's like you just like pressing and holding on like the power button on a computer and just doing like a
I
hard
had
restart.
one seizure my whole life.
Really? You
Yeah.
remember it? Were you
Yeah,
awake at all?
I remember it. Yeah, it was
Dang.
it was after a surgery. It was like 3 days after a surgery.
What was that like?
I had just gotten to come home like that day, and then like at night I got up and I was like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, started peeing, and then all of a sudden I started feeling this like tingle sensation. And then like next thing I knew,
Like where in your body? Like in your head?
all over.
All your entire body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just like, next thing I knew, I woke up on the ground covered in sweat, and I guess I probably peed on the ground too. I don't know.
Gave yourself a golden shower.
But I was like, oh, well, that's weird. So I knocked on my mom's door and I was like, hey, I think I just had a seizure. I was like 14, so
Yeah.
was I? I might have been 16.
Chris,
I
the
don't know.
MD at 14.
Yeah.
Mom, I just had a seizure.
Yeah,
That's scary,
It was
though.
pretty weird.
For sure.
But it was nothing like yours. That's like
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. You
But
had
no,
8 of
also-
those. Do you think they did any permanent damage?
Probably. Because I've noticed my memory isn't as good as it used to be. And I don't know if that's probably like linked to me not eating as healthy as I should. I don't know. Or if it's the medicine that I'm taking right now. But all I know is since I've been taking this medicine for the last 3 years, I haven't had any seizures.
What medicine?
It's called Keppra. So I'm on 2 different medicines. And that's the thing.
That's kind of a personal question.
It's not a big
I know
deal.
it's called Anything with Chris Smith, but it's
I
pretty
mean,
weird
hey,
to be like,
we're
what
here to talk
meds are
about
you on, bro?
anything. We're here to talk about anything. So yeah, it's Keppra and Depakine, which are like the over-the-counter names for them. Don't ask me what the actual pharmaceutical name of
Right.
it is, because it's like 47 characters long for each medicine. But after I had the first seizure, went to a neurologist, and I think they put me on Keppra first, and I was still having seizures after taking that one. And so that's the one I had to like move in with my parents, because it's like when you,
Yeah,
at
you
least in
never
the state
know.
of Texas, if you have a seizure, you can't drive for 6 months afterwards.
Did not know that.
It's fucked, man. Like it's like you pretty much have to have someone there with you, like to help you through life, or like as from like a transportation means.
And this is like not a good state to not be able to drive.
Yeah, because you do have to drive everywhere.
Public transit is pretty rough. In
it's not like we're in
Texas.
New York or anything.
Yeah.
So
You can still get places.
yeah,
Like I could get to DFW Airport from
it's
here.
just it's.
I would have to walk to the bus stop, take the bus stop to the
Yeah.
train station.
Everything's so spread out here.
Yeah, train to Dallas. Get off that train, get on another train.
Yeah,
Go
it's
to the
like
airport.
we have 2 metropolitan areas next to each other, but there's like a good gap of distance between the 2 in Dallas and Fort Worth.
I think that in like 25 years, it's just going to be one giant metro. And then,
Hopefully by then we have the fucking Hyperloop or whatever that heard about that Elon Musk is doing.
I didn't know that he was doing one in Texas.
Yeah. I think they were
He-
gonna do one from Dallas to Houston or something. They said it would take 30 minutes to an hour.
A Hyperloop?
Yeah, it goes like
Oh,
5.
I know what's happening. I'm confusing Hyperloop with the whole boring tunnel thing.
Oh wait. What is Hyperloop?
Hyperloop is not Elon Musk.
What is Hyperloop then? What am I talking?
I don't even know
about?
what Hyperloop is. I think they were talking about how there was like this big budgetary hurdle that they made it over for getting a bullet train between Dallas and Houston.
Yeah, Boring Company is exactly what I'm talking about as well.
That's Hyperloop, I think, and
Yeah.
and I heard that kind of sucks actually.
Really? Just like in the initial beta testing of it?
Yeah, like they've got the one in Vegas, right?
Correct, yeah, out in the desert.
Yeah, and I heard that like they can't really go very fast in it, like they said, because it's too dangerous.
Yeah. Because weren't they initially projecting it would go like from 500 to 750 miles an hour?
Something crazy like that.
like
Like they
a
said that it was going to be insanely fast, and right now they can't take the Teslas that are in there more than like 60 miles an hour or something weird like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyone who watches this thing is going to be like, oh, wow, they constantly are just saying facts that are not facts. Like,
and please feel free to correct us.
yeah, I'm guilty of
Because I'm
like,
going to go back and watch this.
I
and learn some
definitely
things.
state things all the time like it's just 100% the truth.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all human beings. We try and like be prideful. Be
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Number
So,
2.
okay. So then let's move on to something a little more introspective, I guess.
Okay.
Because you said you basically like dug us a layer deeper. You were like,
Okay.
humans like to be prideful, and it's like that's
gosh.
pretty deep. All right. So
Where are we going, Chris? I'm scared.
what's your biggest regret
Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit. We're going there. Okay.
That's pride, dude.
Biggest regret. Huh.
If you can't, the whole point
no,
of this
I
thing
mean-
is to like dig into
Yeah,
people.
but also as the subject and like I guess co-host or whatever or guest is the correct word. I want to take time and make sure it's a good answer. I'm not.
Yeah, no, dude.
I'm gonna make sure it's an answer I don't regret.
Give me.
I'm gonna make sure it's an answer I don't regret.
That's clever. Give
I
me
don't
the
wanna go
Jeff
back and look
Bezos
at-
tactic and just like stay silent for like
Yeah.
30 seconds and be like,
Because I don't want to go back and watch this video and be like, why did I say that as my answer? You know.
yeah, that would be pretty
Um,
lame, and it'd be immortalized.
Biggest regret. Trying to think of this author's name. He wrote the book The Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, where's my Google?
Eckhart Tolle. It's just like I guess my biggest regret is not taking as much time with my family as I could have, especially like with what I've experienced with my dad and like stuff over the last like 2 years. It's just like instead of playing like video games and stuff, I could have spent more time with my family and like I don't know, gone out fishing and whatnot. And I also feel like that just doesn't even apply directly to my family. I feel like that applies to like my professional life as well. Like instead of just like sitting on my ass and like, you know, playing video games so much.
Do you still play video games all the time?
Not all the time, no. And like it's really just like Minecraft every now and then, just like some, you know.
So then, is it just
filled
the
time
fact that
shit.
you have to provide for yourself now means that you don't have time to hang out with family like you wanted?
Kind of. But I'm also talking just like more like whenever I was like going through college and stuff. Like I really could have like spent more time. I don't know. Like, also, it goes to sports too, because that's where we're very different. Is I used to be really good at golf, and I felt like if I really pursued that more, which I know my dad wanted me to, then I could have got something a little bit more rewarding out of it than just kind of like giving up. Because like I was on the high school golf team freshman and sophomore year, but I let the excuse of my high school coach having this like hierarchy of like his favorite players that he would choose. Like he would have just like 2 or 3 guys like on the squad that he would prefer more, and he would take more time to train with them and like help them out instead of I guess like us peons and stuff. And that just kind of turned me off.
Peons.
Yeah, and so I felt like if I would have gotten by that and just like continued to be persistent and stuff, I would have gotten even better. But,
yeah, I think that you have a lot of natural affinities, like I think that you're just like analyzing you. I think that you're very skilled naturally, and you develop skills well and quickly.
Yeah.
And you're able to do all kinds of stuff. Like growing up, I used to watch Brandon pick up like skateboarding, like you said. He became so freaking good in just a few months, dude. It was insane. Like he was doing all these basically Tony Hawk tricks, pop shove it and like grinding stuff and just like do a kickflip, do a heel flip, just like all the
Remember playing skate?
Yeah, we would play skate and I'd be like, I can ollie.
Man, Chris can speak to my anger over the years. I used to get so mad. I think that's where like you kind of first saw it was when we used to skateboard together and stuff. Because yeah, whenever I would like miss a trick, I'd be like, son of a bitch. And,
Yeah,
like,
Brandon.
like throw my board down.
I think the reason that you would get so angry was because you knew that you could.
Exactly.
And
I'm
that
not meeting my capabilities. I'm not meeting
Right.
my max potential.
So I think that like back to the analysis of you, I'd say like your big issue is committing to the things that are easy for you. I think that you want to challenge yourself, and so the things you commit to are the things that you're not naturally good at. But if you were to commit to the things that you are naturally good at, you would have fun and you would be just incredible at them. Like any of
I
them.
agree with that, man.
Yeah.
I needed that. That was a breath of fresh air. like from a spiritual level, for sure.
We just got deep, bro.
For sure. No, yeah, I needed that. And yeah, like I feel like that's kind of always been my problem though, is I've had a lot of passions and stuff. It's just like picking one and staying determined with it, you know. It's like I guess it's good to be like a person of many hats, but then not at the same time. It's kind of a double-edged sword. So
Yeah, well, that's also something that I have learned recently myself in life. I never really committed to any hobbies other than being good at playing on my computer.
yeah,
Like
but
networking.
it's making you a fat
and all
ass
that stuff,
salary,
yeah.
and I'm still
Yeah.
broke. So
I mean, yeah, that's my career, but like that's the only thing that I really committed to. That and my wife and daughter.
yeah,
And as far as like going out, and I realized how lonely I was, even though like not just me, but like me and my wife realized that like here in Fort Worth we didn't know a lot of people to hang out with.
yeah,
And so we started thinking about why that is, and it's because we're not in any circles for long enough to like meet people and get to know people and show them who we are,
Yeah.
and find people that are compatible
Man, I
with
really
us.
feel like though the pandemic really fucked a lot of that up.
Dude,
though.
for sure. But like we've been going to the gym for a year now, and part of what has kept us going is that every once in a while, like people will recognize us because we've been
Yeah.
going for a while, and they'll say hi or whatever. And some of them all of them are friendly. Like we'll
Yeah.
be friendly to them, and it's cool. But every once in a while, one of them seems cool.
Yeah,
They seem like they would be compatible.
Yeah.
So a couple of people we've met at the gym, we actually end up hanging out with and going to concerts with,
Yeah.
or like whatever. And I think that the commitment thing is one of the reasons why we're able to meet people now.
yeah. But yeah, and also from a friendship perspective too, that's another thing that can just keep you coming back to the gym. Because I mean, like, sometimes you don't really want to
That accountability.
to the gym.
It's
Yeah,
like
but
you
it's
don't show up, and so you get a text like, "Dude,
Yeah.
where are you today?" You know?
Exactly. It's like, bro, I thought we were gonna work out at 4:30. Where you
Mhm.
at? And it's like, oh shit, I didn't want to be there, but it's like since my friend's there, it's like you kind of have that obligation too. So that's always a good thing to have, and I'm happy that you found that for sure.
What,
Man, you're just reminding me. I need to go work out tonight, or like I'm gonna go work out tonight, man. I need to get in shape more.
You should, dude.
So I know that was out of nowhere.
No,
I'm
you
sorry
should-
for the
you should work
abruptness,
out. What are you
but
gonna do?
You should work out tonight too.
I think everyone should try to
Drink
work out.
plenty of water. You know what? That's another topic that we should talk about. Is we as human beings need to drink more water.
I'll drink to that.
Yes, that's not water he's drinking.
It's water.
It's 1800 blue agave.
It's
tequila.
hydrogen infused.
Have you actually like been to those? Like what do they call like the O2 bars or something?
No, I've never been to one, but I've seen pictures on Reddit.
Wasn't there one? Yeah, there was one in like Deep Ellum or something. I think
Is that where they like help you get over your hangover?
something like that. I think there's like one where it's like an IV thing. You like get an IV and it's like it like cleanses you or something. And then there's one where it's like like a
That seems kind of risky, dude. I've had a lot of IVs in my day, and like when someone's kind of fresh to the IV game and they poke you, sometimes they suck.
Yeah.
I've had it take like 9 tries for them to get the IV into my
Just
arms.
a bloody
before.
mess.
It was horrible. At one point, they had a person going on my right arm and another person going on my left arm because they couldn't get one in. I was like, "You guys suck," but it was also my fault because I was dehydrated.
Can I go back and get introspective with you on
Yeah,
that
dude.
previous topic?
Please.
I would say another thing that I regret is how angry I get at some at things. I think that's actually like pushed me away from a lot of people and like potential doors opening in my life. It's just a toxic thing, you know.
I have
If you deal with anger issues, like please for real, like seek out just someone to talk to, because I think like especially I think that's something that we need to talk about as men in America.
definitely, dude. I've got anger
talk,
issues too.
Talk about your feelings to like your friends, and like it's something that. And we'll go back and talk about UFC too, because I know you like UFC. Is Patty Pimblett?
I said I like UFC. I didn't say that.
Okay,
I literally
it's
said
fine. It's
I
fine.
don't know.
I think he's from Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. But he's a really, really like good UFC fighter, like kind of lightweight, 160, 170 pounder. He, after like one of his fights within the last month or two, he had a friend that had just committed suicide, like right before the fight, like within the day prior or 2 days prior, and that's what he was saying. He was just like, there's a stigma like out there that we as men can't talk, and we just like let it build up until it just gets to this like really toxic boiling point. And I was like, he's so right. And it's like, I think that's why these kids get to this point where they're like, fuck everything, fuck all these people, I'm just gonna go shoot up. And
we have a very defensive culture right now, and it's really annoying, dude. Like,
you can't tell me I'm wrong, like, fuck you.
Not just that, but when I say that, I mean, I personally have experienced where I try to voice my concern about my situation to somebody, and they act offended that I would, be feeling that way, or I've expressed sensitivity about something before and had somebody be like, come on, you're a white man, like you're not allowed to be sensitive about this.
Yeah, I just like that.
Me too, but that's our culture right now. It's very like,
it's like, yes, just because I'm a white man doesn't.
It's not just for white men, but in general, like everyone is so concerned about how they're being targeted that they aren't considerate or sensitive to the ways that other people might feel troubled. It sucks. And as far as anger goes, like I said, I've struggled with anger issues as well, like always, my whole life. And the best coping mechanism that I found is understanding what's happening. I think usually when I'm angry, it's an instinctive reaction, and if I stop and process what's happening, and I understand it, then it might still be annoying, but I just eventually reach the conclusion, like, it is what it is. If you can change it, you change it, and if you can't change it, what's the point?
Exactly.
And feeling upset.
And that's something that one of my previous managers said at work, and it just relates to life. And I would just say, if you're having anger issues right now in your life, or have previously, it's just something to focus on. If it's like a reoccurring thing, is just evaluate, like you said, the situation, take like a step back, look at bigger picture, look at the situation, and it's like, can I change this? Like, is there anything that I can do right now that can change this? And if the answer is no, then it's like, then what's the point of me punching a hole in the drywall?
And that's
why
not
am I
just
throwing
that
things?
Ripples throughout all feelings, not just anger.
Yeah, that shit ruins relationships.
Sadness or like regret, all of that stuff. It's like, if you can't change it, don't let it be a weight that you carry. So I used to, like every other kid in the world, I used to screw up and make mistakes, and my mom would have to pick me up from a place when I like got in trouble or whatever, and I never really got in trouble with her. I was already troubling myself, and when she would pick me up and like tell me that she was, or I would tell her like, I'm so sorry, and she would always say like, you're already gonna punish yourself for this. I don't want to. If I punish you,
you're like self-deprecating.
Yeah. It's like when a person is 2 years old, sure, punish them. But I mean, you don't beat the crap out of them, but you punish them
for sure,
because they don't know any better. They're not thinking about what they're doing or why they're doing it or who they are. But when a person is 16 or 14 or just older and more introspective, and they screw up, they're already hurting themselves because they feel like a failure. And if you try to punish them or you try to scorn them, you're not really helping anything. You're just making them want to sink into the earth.
And it could. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. And it could potentially push them away from
That's
you.
all right. I yawned on the last podcast.
It's because your podcast is so fucking boring, Chris.
Someone said that it's because
kidding.
someone said my house is like really cold and it makes them sleepy.
No, I think it's honestly the plants and everything. It's so peaceful. Like everything's so chill. I
Yeah,
think that's
this is a good corner.
Like this is a really good corner. I was thinking about that on your other videos that I saw on your channel. I was like, this is a good setup. He's got like all the plants behind him. He's got paintings from his wife.
Yep. These are all Laura's paintings. She's actually in the garage making ceramics right now.
Yep.
And she told me that she would like give me some time to hang out with Brandon and do this video thing. And I think we did it, and I kind of feel bad for her because she's watching the kid, and the kid keeps screaming. So I think this has been fun, Brandon, and I'll probably have you back on here.
I appreciate it, man.
Another time.
And I'll bring my matching socks next time. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to.
I'm gonna wear a tuxedo next time.
You could wear those like socks. I was actually thinking about these the other day. The socks that are like they have like individual toes on them.
Oh my god.
They're kind of cool. They're a little weird. I
know
thought
what you're
about
talking
like
about, though.
I think about weird things. I was thinking about getting some of those and then getting really dexterous with my feet by practicing, so that I could like walk around and like pick things up.
Start
with my
live
feet.
streaming
Yeah.
CS:GO, but using your feet.
ASMR.
Foot cam.
Yeah.
So you have an OnlyFans
Yeah.
/ ASMR.
My
/
little
YouTube
with my
account.
toe socks stepping in like macaroni and stuff.
Yo, I honestly thought when times were getting hard with like this whole inflation shit, I was like, I'm gonna start OnlyFans and start growing vegetables, like wearing only my underwear. I was like, this is how you start squash from a
Only
seedling.
plants?
Only plants. Hey, there you go. Damn, we shouldn't have said that. We should
No, you guys can have
patent.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I come up with this crap.
I'll take the patent. Only plants.
I'll give Brandon the next one in secret.
Okay. Yep.
All right. But thanks for coming on, man.
sure.
I'll definitely have you.
I feel like
on
we could
if you're
ramble on
down
forever.
Oh, for sure, dude. Have you seen like the other podcasts that are like 3.5, 4 hours?
Yes.
That's cool, but I don't know. I'm just kind of starting out, so I feel like I should
No,
like
it's all good.
ramp up to it. I also like have ideas for crazy things I want to do in the future with the podcast, but you know,
We do need to. We won't spoil it too much, but we do need to have a backyard podcast.
yes, I want to have a backyard podcast. I want to have a water gardens podcast.
Yeah,
I want to
that'd be cool.
incorporate interactions with strangers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm. Why
I will-
not? It
I
could
will
be like
say,
all
though,
encompassing.
I will say though, for your description and like what you're trying to get out of this YouTube channel, you've been doing a really good job as far as like your interpersonal skills and like communication skills. You've been doing a really good job. Because I know this man. He has always been kind of like not
Introverted.
yeah, but not like too much. But like you are kind of more
Meek.
on the introverted. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
working on it. I'm working on it, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know me really well, then you get my opinions. Actually, really, you get my opinions no matter what, but you get them a little louder if you know me well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
thanks
thank you guys for
watching.
tuning in.
Yep. All right.
All right. I love how we just like simultaneously did the outro together. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good night.
I think that was pretty good.
That was.
I felt like that was shorter, but we're about to find out.
I'm gonna guess 39 minutes.